What's up, Jesters, and welcome back to the channel.
What's going on, folks? And this is the first video of, I guess you could say, the other side of us.
Yes. Before we were the comical, food-eating, nasty stuff kind of area there.
Yeah, this is just us doing a little bit of talking.
Yeah.
Talking
about various topics, ranging from A to Z, whatever you can think of.
Yep.
We will delve into it and try to find the answers if you need answers for it, or just what's a babble.
Exactly. And one thing we were just talking about outside was this whole thing going on with the bird flu and the eggs and stuff. And you've been seeing all these things on Facebook, the memes about the eggs and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
a lot of those.
It's crazy. It's just, it's like I was telling him, it's probably only going to get a little bit worse, if not a little good bit worse, before it gets better.
Yeah.
And
it's a lot of birds have been affected, and a lot of chickens.
What was it we looked up? It was 51.2 million birds.
Yeah, just
died from this
huge number
bird flu. And that's why the prices on eggs have gone up, and we're having like this egg shortage or whatever.
A lot of stores have implemented signs on their egg section saying take 2 cartons per person.
Yeah.
Because, when most grocery stores get eggs in, they're limited on what they can get in because of this whole situation. And, everyone needs eggs, so they limit the number down so that way everyone can have eggs.
Oh, yeah. We've seen that firsthand. Our egg deliveries have gotten smaller and smaller.
But before, we get maybe 2 full large pallets in and maybe a couple floats in full of eggs. Now it's down to,
maybe a little over half a pallet.
Yeah.
And like a few on a float or something.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And even then, the eggs, usually tend to last, a good long while. But now we put them out there, they just sometimes sell fast, and we just run out of eggs.
Yeah.
It's a tough time for people needing eggs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And not only that, but you got to think, if it gets too bad, it's going to start affecting the other stuff that it needs eggs in order to be made.
Yeah.
Like you think biscuits. You buy the biscuits in the stores that contains egg. Hamburger Helper. If you look on the ingredients in that, and the allergen contents contains egg. Depending on how bad this gets, it could start affecting those things as well.
A lot of the restaurants and around your area, they use a lot of eggs in making their dishes. So
definitely,
if you go to your favorite restaurant and you have a specific meal you want to eat and they can't make it, just bear with them because they're trying to do their best. You know, they can only do so much with what they have. I know it sucks, and you really want that food. Trust me, I have favorite dishes as well, but I'm not going to go ballistic on them because I don't have an egg. So just.
But
show a little kindness to your grocery workers, your restaurant workers. They're doing their best.
Yes.
They can only work with what they have to work with.
And I'm just wondering kind of how much longer it's going to be before it truly starts affecting the chicken sales as well.
That's going to be a huge hit because everyone loves chicken.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Barbecues, fried, baked.
I mean, it already has a little bit because at our store, we haven't been getting in as much chicken. We'll order it, but we haven't been getting in certain things, because it's starting to get to be out of stock at the warehouse.
Yes.
So it's probably already starting. It's crazy how things just happen back to back.
Yeah, it's a huge domino effect. But it's like everything else that happens in our lifetimes. It will come to pass.
Yeah,
we'll start getting more eggs in, more chicken in, and more whatever else in.
Yeah.
So don't lose your minds and go start robbing places for chickens and eggs. But
I do love the memes that have come out because of this, though.
Oh yeah.
They are hilarious.
Like the one I was telling him about. There's one where the guy standing there in a trench coat and looks like a drug deal. Another guy backs up towards him and he goes, "Hey, you got the goods? You got the money?" Yeah, I got the money. Yeah, $10. Yeah. All right, here you go. An egg.
And I've seen quite a few of those where, like the guy's holding the ring carton. The wedding rings usually put in. It's got an egg in it, and it says he went to Kroger. It's just the memes they come up with because of stuff like this is hilarious.
It shows that the community has a lighthearted attitude about it.
And that's the best way to be.
Yeah.
That's the best way to be. I mean, getting upset and mad and just going out and rushing and doing all this stuff, that's not the way to take it. That just makes stuff worse.
It's not gonna make the chicken lay any more eggs.
Exactly.
Just because you
just have to kind of take it one day at a time and just try and joke about it as much as possible.
Yeah. Like the old saying goes, just laugh it off.
Exactly. Yeah.
Things will get back to normal.
Oh, yeah.
As normal can be, but we will have more eggs and more chickens.
But then little lighter note here. The names of movies that they've started to come out with.
Oh, I know.
I was looking on the Fire Stick through movies, and they've got one called The Minute You Wake Up Dead.
The Minute You Wake Up Dead.
Yeah. I mean, and there's another one called Don't Come Back Alive. How are you supposed to come back? I mean,
That's like the whole thing with the Planet of the Apes movie series. Started off the Planet of the Apes. Then it was the Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was, what was it? War of the Planet of the Apes. Or it was just a long, drawn-out title.
Yeah, basically.
It was just the same thing, just adding more words to it.
Yep.
When most movies have, this, that, and then one, this, that, two, this, that, three.
Yeah.
Which I get the whole creativeness of dragging out the name, because, 1, 2, 3 is just kind of like, okay. We have another one now.
And, it's just, they're really just running out of stuff. I mean,
yeah, they're bringing back sequels, prequels, and then
we're doing reboots.
Granted, some of the movies that come out with the prequels and sequels are pretty good.
Yeah.
Some of them are.
If they're done right.
Yeah.
If they're done right, they can be very good.
Unlike DC. I mean, Marvel did a great job.
Marvel's done good.
They build them into the story. They branched a little more, add more characters.
Yep.
Continue the story.
Yeah.
DC, we have like 35 Batmans. We have 12 Jokers. We got an Aquaman. But we all know how that's going.
I was going to say, I think now he's gone, if I'm not mistaken.
Superman was great. And then now Henry Cavill's leaving Superman, probably.
Yeah.
Gal Gadot and Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Because of the whole Warner Brothers thing, they really screwed them over.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Just like they did with The Witcher. That's why he left The Witcher.
That really...
If you're going to make a movie that's based off of a book series, follow the book.
As best you can, anyways.
Yeah, don't go Hollywood all over it.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand. It's like I've told him before. I understand if you make the movies too much like the books, or exactly like the books, people won't read the books. Right. They'll just say they'll wait for it to come out in the movie because it'll have every exact thing. You can't, so you can't really do that.
No.
But you can keep it as close to the main story as you can while adding, here and there your own little thing to kind of make it a little more interesting.
Yeah, your own little flair, but nothing too much to where it changes everything.
And that's kind of what Marvel's done.
Yeah.
Marvel they've kept it as far as their characters have gone, because I know there's a lot of people out there that have said that, Marvel has changed certain characters so much that it's, not quite. But I mean, you can't. You've got to progress a little bit.
It's like whenever the X-Men movies came out. When they first came out, everyone was like, why can't they just have their actual comic book costumes and just make it look like it's, the whole real thing?
And see that, I'm one of the ones that would say something like that, because the first couple of X-Men movies that they came out with, it was, they were all wearing all black suits, and most of the fight scenes were at night. Come on, you've got to have some color in the suits. They are the X-Men. They are supposed to be superheroes. There's supposed to be some color in there.
Their own unique costume type thing.
I love how they did the characters were pretty good, though.
Yeah.
As far as their attitudes and the way they acted, stuff like that, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Costumes and other things, though, I
forget what it was. There might have been Logan. I think it was either Logan or maybe an animated version of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine was in the plane, and he had a briefcase on his lap, and it was actually the Wolverine costume.
Yeah.
I forget which one it was on.
I can't remember.
When I saw that, I thought, oh, finally they did it. They brought the actual costume back.
Well, see, from what I understand, Marvel is supposed to be doing the X-Men and the Silver Surfer. They're supposed to be able to they've got the rights to those and supposed to start doing them. So hopefully they'll start being done right.
Yeah.
So what was it? There was something I was going to say. Oh, X-Men First Class.
Yeah.
They did pretty good with those because they had the blue suits.
Yeah.
Or whatever, with the X and, all of that. And that's how X-Men First Class, the younger ones started, is in those suits before they got their own individual ones. So they kind of, once they went back, they kind of started doing a little better.
Yeah.
But Fantastic Four.
That was okay.
It was, Fantastic Four and Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
They kept the suits were good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the powers were good. And I think, what's his name that played the Thing?
Oh, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
He did a good job, and Chris Evans did a good job as far as, I think anyways, as far as being Johnny, because he had that lighthearted comedy, kind of full of himself type attitude.
Yeah.
And they had him and the Thing going against each other, going back and forth all the time. They were spot on with that. The rest of it, not so much.
I was thinking with this whole multiverse within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, DC could be within Marvel Universe.
Actually, I have seen something just recently. Was it today? Where they were talking about maybe doing something like that.
That'd be interesting.
It would. It really would.
Because if you have, let's say, just for example, Chris Evans was in the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
He's also Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
So how are they going to have Chris Evans as both of them? They're going to CGI one of them in and they just fight each other?
Probably.
That'd be interesting.
That's what usually, normally if they have like a person versus person, kind of like with Logan.
Yeah.
They had Hugh Jackman and then a younger version of him.
That's true.
In that movie, fighting.
Yeah, I suppose they could do something like that because they did Leia in one of the recent Star Wars movies. After, she passed away in real life, but her character lived on in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw something on Facebook. I don't know if it's actually true or not. I'm kind of hoping it is. That Goku from Dragon Ball Z and all that is in the Marvel Universe now. He's going to be in Secret Wars. I don't know if it's true. I've seen a lot about it. So.
I don't know how that would work out.
It won't be based off of the cartoon version of Goku, but like a different version, like for.
Let's just hope and pray they don't use the version that they used in Dragon Ball what was it, Evolution or whatever.
That movie was terrible. They ruined so much in that movie.
Oh me, I mean, you know,
I get that.
there's just really not much to say about that movie.
like with any movie or even a series, if you're going to tell a story, start from the beginning. Because they wanted to start with Dragon Ball, where Goku met Chi-Chi and all that, the other, and the whole thing. He wasn't a teenager. You know, no. He was a little kid. She was a little kid. Get the environment right. It's not the futuristic time of modern day.
Yeah.
They were in the desert, and just the whole Earth was basically in infancy, for the most part. I mean, there were some cities, but scattered.
Yeah. The what they did wrong with that movie is they tried to put too much into the movie at one time.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't try to start from the beginning like they should. They tried to put the beginning through all the way up to like the beginning of Z all in one movie.
Yeah.
You know, that just
you
doesn't
can't
work.
do that. You got to start from the beginning, where Goku arrives on Earth, goes with his grandpa. Well, grandpa.
Yeah.
And then start from there. Because, to get through Dragon Ball, then Dragon Ball Z, and then keep going. That would be a great series if they did actual live action of that completely. And they were talking about doing a second one, but I hope they don't. They need to learn from their mistakes.
Yeah, or if they do another one, make it kind of a reboot and start over.
Yeah, just the first one didn't count.
Do it over again. Yes.
That was a trial period.
Do it kind of like let's see, Halloween.
Yeah.
Because now I don't know about y'all how many will agree or not, but these last 3 Halloween movies that have come out, they were pretty good. I really did like them.
Yeah, they were great.
But the way they've got it played out is the first one of these 3 is basically the sequel to the very first Halloween.
Yeah.
So everything in all the Halloween movies from the very first Halloween to this Halloween just disappear. Which actually works out pretty good after Halloween 2, because Halloween 3 had nothing to do with Michael Myers, and the rest of them after that just kind of kept going downhill.
Halloween 3 was just a joke. It wouldn't even... I mean, it's a mask to kill people. Why even make that? Halloween could be with Michael Myers, that's it. And then do that. No, put a mask on, and then dead. No. Yeah, it's just kind of gruesome to see them lying there, dead, but still.
Yeah. And after a certain point, you've got to learn when to stop.
Yes.
I mean, you can only do so many movies with the same killer before it basically becomes
boring.
I mean, Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Jason's great. But I mean, I think they went a whole different direction with it after Jason Takes Manhattan, because they realized they were getting ready to start falling into that thing. I think, he went to Manhattan, and then, they were probably thinking about doing Jason Takes, Oregon or something. I mean, you get to where it's just basically the same killer going around. And
Jason tours the U.S.
Yeah, basically. But instead they went Jason X, which was him in space.
Yeah, I mean,
come on.
Why?
You've got to learn when to stop.
And then, of course, I don't really care about spoilers because this movie's old. He goes back to Earth.
Yeah.
Because he shows mask in the lake. And he's at the lake again. Just keep it at the lake. That's his whole thing. He kills at the lake.
Exactly. Camp Crystal Lake. I mean, come on.
Then they made Freddy vs. Jason.
Now, that was good. That was good. Yes, that was good. I wish they would come out with a second one of that.
Yeah, because as you all know, at the end, Freddy survived.
Yeah.
Because when he set the camera. I still say they should do Leprechaun versus Chucky. that would be hysterically funny.
That really kind of would be. That would be, because they've done both of them to death, just like they've done Freddy, Jason, and Michael. So they need to do something new. They need to.
They should have stopped at the Bride of Chucky. That's it.
Yes.
Yes, there's a secondary a woman, doll thing, murderous doll. That's fine. See the Chucky, stop. No.
It's like, how does that even work?
It wasn't even a horror movie anymore. It was just a jacked up family who need counseling.
I mean, and you can see that on a daily basis anywhere.
It takes away the whole plot of the movie. Any movies that do sort of things like that. They take one movie where the story is where the murderer does some kind of an incantation to put his body into a doll to keep it away from the cops or whatever, keeps himself alive, and then tries to murder the kid. And then now there's a female doll who he put her body in the doll to keep her with him.
Yep.
She got pissed, and after a while they joined together. And for some odd reason, 2 possessed dolls have a kid. How does plastic and plastic have a kid?
Well, they have a plastic kid.
I don't understand how I know it's just a movie, it's made up, it's not real.
Yeah.
But they kind of took a little bit too far when they go, what if we have the Chucky doll and this doll, and they make a baby? No. It's a murder film. Not a dysfunctional family film.
But yeah, that going back to that, you've got to learn when to stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like the meme with the Fast and Furious.
Oh gosh, yes. I don't know if anybody's seen Fast 9. How many of y'all have or not? It was good. I love the fact that they brought them all together. And from what I understand, 10 and 11 are going to be a 2-part, 1 movie type thing, and that's going to be the end of it. And that will, if that's true, that will be a good way to end it. Because they had, up until Fast 9, they had started kind of getting off track and getting, the movie started kind of going downhill a little bit, to be honest with you.
See, in my opinion, the best ending of the whole thing was when Brian died.
Yeah, the end of, what was it, Fast 7, I think.
Yeah, it's just the way that ended off where they drove off and different. Yeah, that was the best ending that whole series could have ever had. Now they're like, Brian's like, he's watching the kids, whatever. He's not going to be partaking in this, really. As much as he's been through, he's not going to just be play with toys. No.
Yeah, no.
They really should have ended it right there.
Yeah, I mean, because that was a great ending to that movie.
Yeah.
It really was. But at least they're supposedly going to end it with 10 and 11. They've learned. Others have not. When it comes to single character movies, you've got to learn when to stop.
Yeah.
Now things like Marvel, Star Wars,
there's a whole
whatever
group of people you can.
Yeah, you have characters everywhere that you can do stories from. So that's different.
Same with the whole Sonic thing. When that first came out, everyone was just in a frenzy, me included.
Oh, yes.
With how Sonic looked. Thankfully, enough people said, look, you got to fix this. And they fixed it. They did good. They fixed it. Got him the way he looks like Sonic.
That looked ridiculous.
Knuckles, they did great. They kept all the characters right. And they're going to keep introducing characters. There's so many characters you can add. Big the Cat, Metal Sonic, Shadow, what's the... so many characters you can do.
Yeah. You've got the white hedgehog. I can't think of his name. Silver.
Yeah, you go.
Silver. You've got Amy. You've got... he said Big the Cat. You have all of those characters, and they've done good with it, because the first Sonic movie was about Sonic, coming to Green Hills and everything. The second one brought in Tails and Knuckles, and the third one is going to bring in Shadow.
That's gonna be good.
So, they've got at least, 3 to 4 more they could do by bringing in a different character each movie. So.
I still say they should have had the chicken and the tank looking dude as Robotnik sidekicks.
Yes.
From the cartoons.
Yes.
Those are good characters. Maybe in the next one they will.
Maybe, but I don't know. I don't know if Jim Carrey's going to be in it anymore or not after the second one, the way it ended. I don't know. I think I've read something where I don't know if he's playing Robotnik anymore or not. But he has started looking more like Robotnik in the second one.
Yeah.
Whenever I first saw the trailer for Sonic, I was like, no. I said, you cannot have... I mean, Jim Carrey could have played Dr. Robotnik, but not looking the way he looked.
Yeah, I mean, Robotnik's a large dude.
With
egg shape. He's Eggman.
Mustache, red and black suit.
Yeah.
And everything. And he looked nothing like that.
No. Yes, the character's personality was great.
Yeah. I mean, Jim Carrey's a great actor.
Yes.
Although he does take some of his facial features and some of the acting a little too far every once in a while, but
that's his thing now.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be, I mean, no criticism of him because he's a great actor.
He is. He really is.
But if you're going to be a certain character, you got to be that certain character.
Yeah. And I mean, he did good.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's just the way he looked. I'm like, that's not Dr. Robotnik. Yeah. Now the second one.
Yeah.
Now that was much better.
Yes.
And hopefully he will continue to play. I mean, because like I said, he did do a good job. Hopefully he will continue to play it, and maybe they will bring in, like you said, the sidekicks.
That'd be good. I'm still very curious as to who's going to pick as a Witcher. It bothers me. Because Henry Cavill was the Witcher. Just like he was Superman, and just like look, Ronnie Downey Jr., Robert Downey Jr. He was Iron Man.
Yep.
Hugh Jackman is Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to change it like that? What was the talk? Would it be Chris Hemsworth?
No.
Who was it? His brother.
Liam Hemsworth.
No. Don't even do that.
You're going from somebody who played Superman, who has the build of The Witcher.
Yes.
Who looks exactly like The Witcher should look, to somebody who probably who needs to lift weights and pump iron for a year and a half to get into that shape.
He can get the body down, but just the personality wise, it's just no.
I mean, to be honest, you have to kind of give, some, not credit. It's,
leeway.
Kind of, because you don't really truly, I haven't seen him in a lot of movies or TV shows.
True.
So we don't really know the extent of his acting abilities.
I mean, if he's like Chris.
He might could pull off the attitude.
I don't know. It's like with Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Exactly. That's kind of why you've got to give it a chance. There you go. You gotta give it a chance.
He was a bad Batman.
Well,
he's a great actor. He does a lot of good films, a lot of good characters, but Batman is just no.
He in that Batman movie, he did better than I thought he would do. He could have, probably done better, but I was expecting a whole lot worse. And the things that I saw, the main thing I saw wrong with that movie was the Penguin.
Yes.
Too tall. And
Danny DeVito was the best Penguin ever.
Oh gosh, yes.
Hands down.
And what's his name that was supposed to be playing the mob boss?
Oh,
Falcone.
Yeah.
I think was the one that was in there. The guy, I mean, really, people? The guy that played the comedic special agent in Transformers, you're going to pick him to play a serious mob boss role. That was the worst thing in that movie for me.
They'd be like having Mr. Bean as Thor. Be funny to watch,
Yes.
but it just would not fit at all.
But that was the worst part of that movie for me, was him being cast as a mob boss role. This was in a dark, serious movie.
Yeah.
That just...
How do you feel about Chris Pratt as Mario?
No. I'm sorry, but...
The lack of words says it all.
The trailer, the voice just is not close enough.
I think he actually, which phrase did he use of Mario's? Was it "Let's Go" or it might have been that, where Chris Pratt actually said one of the lines, and it sounded all right, but it wasn't quite there.
I was gonna say that was probably the closest he sounded like to Mario in everything that I've heard.
I mean, the film looks great, just for the trailer goes. It looks amazing.
It really does.
But it just some actors and actresses should not be certain roles.
No,
in my opinion. Yes, they have great skills at what they do, and they can do well in other characters.
Oh yes.
But some characters just don't even know. Shouldn't do it. It's good to expand your creativity out and try different things. But once you try it, just don't do it again.
Or practice a whole lot before you attempt it in a different movie or something.
Right.
But that's also why some characters get stuck in a role, a comedic role, or a serious role, or whatever, because that's what they do best. And so they don't do anything else.
Yeah. Again, with Jim Carrey, as comical as he is, and the different movies he's been in, they're just funny.
Yeah.
He can do a serious role because he was good in 23.
I was going to say you were telling me about that. I haven't actually seen that movie myself.
He does a few jokes here and there in the movie, but it's mostly serious. But it's really good. He did really well with that.
I'm one of those people. I don't think I've never really seen him in a serious role. I've always seen him in comedic roles.
It was very shocking, to say the least, because when I first saw the movie, I was like, Jim Carrey in a thriller movie? How is this going to work? And I watched it, and I was like, this is amazing. He's great.
Yeah, some people can pull off totally opposite roles very well.
Yes.
Others can't.
Like, what's his name, who played in 300?
Gerard Butler.
Yes. He was amazing in 300.
Yeah.
But if you look at him in Bounty Hunter, that's just hysterical.
I don't think I've seen that one, actually.
It's with him and Jennifer Aniston.
Okay. I'm going to have to check that one out, because I don't think I've seen him in that.
Yeah, it was good. It's hysterical. So I saw 300 before I saw that, and I look at 300, I'm thinking, what happened? You were this buff-looking dude, and you're just now just...
Because, most people, you mentioned Gerard Butler, you're going to think 300 or The Fallen series. Olympus Has Fallen, London Has Fallen, Angel Has Fallen. Movies. All of them great movies, but all of them that most people think of when they think Gerard Butler are action movies.
Yeah.
Not comedies.
He did good in that, though. Just the way he, what's the word for it? Portrayed himself in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
He did really well as a comedic scenario. And Jennifer Aniston as well. That's one thing she did. She was in Friends and a lot of other, lovey-dovey movies, and then, The Bounty Hunter. But she also played in The Leprechaun. Which the first one.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. She was a lot younger back then, but...
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
That was pre-Friends. Probably the only reason why I watched Leprechaun when I was younger. I'm a Jennifer Aniston fan, so... More of a crush, really, but still. If Jennifer Aniston ever watched this video, just know...
Depending on how long in the future it is, he's single.
Yes. We can have dinner. It'd be nice. I'll bring eggs. I'm featuring your very own carton. Maybe two. Two per person.
So, but yeah, and it's just, but it's just crazy.
Yeah.
All the movies and stuff is.
I still say, if I were to ever be a director or a writer of a movie, my particular movie I would make is where it's like a struggle to save the Earth, and they're down to the last wire with comet or some kind of monsters who can destroy the Earth.
Yeah.
And just as they're about to save the Earth, everyone dies. Just nothing happens. Just everyone dies, and that's it. Credits roll. No hero, no heroine. Just that's it. No sequel, no prequel. Just a standalone movie. Everyone just dies. I don't think they've done that.
No.
Where everyone just dies.
Nobody would really care much for that.
I take that back. They did make a movie. It's Don't Look Up with Jack Black, several other people in there. It's a good movie. It's a funny movie. It's irritating because the media in that movie is basically how the media is now, where they tell everyone everything but the truth.
I might check that out then.
It's good.
Don't Look Up?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a movie where everyone died in the movie.
I had an idea. They've got all these crime shows and stuff. Criminal Minds, NCIS, and all the different NCISs.
Yeah.
What else is there? All the CSIs. Or I don't know if any of those are still going or not. But back when they were all running, I told my mom and dad one time, I said, the way they should end this is they should have every team from all these shows team up of one big, maybe 2-3 part, episode, and go after they find out that there's just one main group of like 5 or 6 people that's controlling everything.
That's interesting.
They go after them, and at the end, kind of like in yours, but just not the whole world, but just all of those people die. And so it's like they get the bad guys are dead, they're never coming back, but so are the good guys.
So both sides just...
Yeah.
That's an interesting idea.
If
they ever decided to end all the series,
that would be a perfect, that'd be a perfect ending for all the series.
Everybody dies.
Yeah. Bad guys, good guys. But, of course, there's other people, just not the A-teams anymore.
And then the streets turn into the streets of Gotham. Enter Batman, number 35.
There you go.
If he was alive, they'd have Ernest as Batman. I would pay to see that.
Oh, gosh.
Ernest goes to Gotham.
Oh, wow. That would be...
That'd be great.
That would be wonderful.
They should have done Andy Griffith as Batman and Barney Fife as Robin. That would be hysterical and just amazing at the same time.
Oh, speaking of Batman, Kevin Conroy.
Yes.
Passed away.
Tragically.
Yes. He was the voice of Batman for God, I don't know how long. But Mark Hamill was the voice of his Joker.
Yep.
And anytime Kevin Conroy did the voice of Batman and Joker was involved, Mark Hamill would do it. Well, I read this thing the other day or something that Mark Hamill said he was not going to do the voice of Joker anymore.
I don't blame him.
He said because, his Batman was Kevin Conroy. Now that he's gone, they're not going to be the same voices going against each other anymore, so he's not going to do it.
It's hard to replace, somebody working with so long, and then, they're gone.
Yeah.
You don't want to keep doing that.
Exactly.
Feels like it'd be in vain.
And some people are probably going to say, oh, well, it'd be keeping it alive. Not really.
No, it would be the same.
Because it's not going to be the same Batman.
No. I'm wondering, well, no, they couldn't do that. I would say, Batman Beyond kind of thing, but you'd have to have the original Batman alive, so.
Yeah. Now, I wonder if they're going to do something like that I wonder if James Gunn and whoever else is going to do something like that in DC.
Like a live action Batman Beyond?
Yeah. Kind of like, they could have Michael Keaton play the original Batman, the older Batman in that.
That'd be great.
Stop changing Batmans.
So many. Christian Bale, they should have just left it at that.
Yeah. Once he left, after the third one, they should have just stopped for, until they had a game plan.
So who was it? Who's the guy who, at the end of the last Batman, who walks into the cave? Eric from That 70s Show. What's his name?
Yeah, he was. What was it? He was Dick Grayson in that movie.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like supposed to be
like an intro to Nightwing,
something like Robin? That. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was kind of late for Robin.
Well, true.
Because Batman was supposed to be gone. So yeah, it was kind of like, I guess, a thing for Nightwing or something, or maybe Batman Beyond. Who knows? Yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah. I could see him as maybe one of like the next version, the younger hip Batman kind of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe not as original Batman, but like Batman Beyond or Nightwing or whatever.
Yeah, they need to stop rebooting Batman.
Yes. Same. Just do what Marvel's doing. I know it's their opposite franchises, but do what they're doing. Take your characters, make single movies about them, introduce them to the public.
Yep.
Then put them into a storyline that connects them together.
Yep.
Then if you want to add more, maybe some of them die off here, and then you bring more in here. Like some of the lesser known characters, die off.
Yeah.
That nobody cares about. Bring in the more prominent ones from other, areas of the area. If that makes sense. Areas of the area.
Or if you want to, you can have your main characters that you start off with last for so long.
Yeah.
Like what they've done.
In Marvel.
And then, they've had one or two of them go off, but they bring in their replacements that are supposed to come in.
Yeah.
In a way. But there's so many different, versions of comics.
True.
That you can go on like that forever.
There's a huge pantheon of characters, too.
I mean, you don't have to just keep redoing the same character.
No.
I mean, you look, if DC was to do it right, you've got Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah.
You've got all of those characters in Justice League Unlimited.
Many opportunities right there.
Yeah. And then you've got the Titans.
Yep.
And Young Justice.
Mm-hmm.
Not
to mention all the enemies. Legion of Doom. Let's say the Suicide Squad. They're more of anti-heroes.
Oh yeah.
Good and bad kind of things. But you have a huge list of evil people and heroes, and then their underlings and whatever. It wouldn't be difficult to follow a storyline that can have 90% of them, or a higher percentage of all the characters. Build off of that. Introduce each character when the time is right, and then have them all in the thing. Justice League, it would make more sense as to have 90 Batmans here, 4 Supermans. Then do a Justice League. Then scrap that. Green Lantern was a joke. We don't count that one. Nobody counts that.
No.
Even Ryan Reynolds doesn't count that. Although if they were to redo Green Lantern, I would pick him as Green Lantern. Maybe. But don't do what you did last time.
I mean,
the fight scenes were great.
it. Yeah, the fight scenes were good. The movie was okay. The bad guy.
Yeah.
A big giant like cloud of smoke or whatever, huge storm looking thing. No, that's not how it goes.
So Destro was a physical person.
Yeah. I mean, he had a power ring himself.
And yet he had those. What are they called? The creators of the rings. The higher up guys.
The Watchers.
Yeah, the Watchers. I mean, yeah, one of them was evil, but
yeah,
I don't think it turned into a cloud in the comics.
No, he didn't.
And you got to add more Watchers into it.
The Guardians.
Yeah, the Guardians.
Yeah,
because they played a good role in the story.
But yeah, I think we're gonna end it here.
Yep,
We've
done a large amount of topics here today.
Yes, mainly movies.
Yes.
But
what our plan is for this segment of our YouTube career is to every alternate time we do a food one and then do
just a conversation one like this one. It will cover different things.